Hey, hi. Welcome to Adulting, but not really, with your host, Lucia Medina. Yes, I'm making it more professional, little by little. At some point, I'll add some music. Watch out. Anyways, so today's episode, I wasn't gonna go into this topic, but not lately, yesterday, I had a little epiphany and I started crying out of happiness. And I was like, this has to be a topic that I have to go in depth with because I've experienced it a lot recently. And I told my friend, I don't remember who exactly, but I was telling my friend, I was like, I'm very scared that this is all going to go away in a second. But I think that was holding me back from like really taking it all in. And I shouldn't be scared of things going away. I should just experience it and appreciate what's happening to me. And also, it all comes down to mindset. So what I mean by this is like my feeling of pure happiness, pure bliss. I've been in such like pure like lovey-dovey mood, but with life. With my friends. On Sunday, we came back from a trip. We went to Jet Loss this weekend, which is my friends have a little project going on, which is you do traveling for like 24 hours to like a mystery location. We went to Cork, Ireland. It was so much fun. I thought we were gonna go to Copenhagen because I look at the flights for that time because I do that because I'm very impatient. And I really thought it was gonna be Copenhagen, so I brought like an outfit that I thought would be good for Copenhagen. Obviously, I love the countryside. I love walking. I love nature, and I had an amazing time. But I did not bring the right shoes for it. I mean, the shoes were fine. They got really muddy, and I had to clean them, which is fine. I don't mind. I honestly no complaints. I had so much fun, but yeah, so I did that this weekend, and then the next day we met up all the girls. We met up to do a project and to get coffee and to just catch up about life on a Sunday morning. And at some point we were like, wait, let's just go watch Mamma Mia and like let's have dinner together because we spent the full day at the coffee shop literally. And at some point somebody was like, guys, this feels like a family. I'm so happy. I'm so glad we have each other. And I honestly I think it was that night or the next night that I started shedding a tear thinking about that and like thinking about how my friends were saying that, and I was like, I am so happy. And it's funny because exactly today's Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. It's been an amazing day. I'm so excited. I have so many plans for Valentine's Day. I'm sitting here looking at the cocktail glasses that I bought with like hearts on it. I am so excited for today. I have so many good plans. And I forgot where I was going. See, I go into tangents and then I forget what my points of my episodes are. So back to the point. So I was talking about how 6 months ago, Lucia, my life really changed. Like, my worst fear came true, which is so sad that that was my worst fear, but my worst fear came true. My parents, I love them so much, but you know, they're adventurous. They decided to move out of the house at the beginning of May. And I was already in Madrid doing my internship, so I didn't experience this, but my parents decided to move out for the summer, put everything in boxes, and they left to Spain from Miami, and they just did a road trip around all of Spain for like 3 months. Went for a month to like Canarias with my grandparents, with my dog and my brother, and then they came back to Miami all of August, and we didn't have a house yet, so we stayed at a friend's house for like a month, and then we moved to a house like 2 weeks before I left back to London. So for me, 6 months exactly today, a lot changed. I was sitting in the back of my mom's car crying with my mom. I was super scared to go back to London. I was super scared of how my life was going to move on. I had just gotten out of emotionally abusive relationship, and I had also lost a lot of important people in my life, and I had also gone through a lot of changes apart from that, and I'd also realized like, fuck, I finish uni soon. I'm so scared. Oops. And I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life, and I was so scared that I wasn't gonna find a place in the world, quote unquote, and I was so scared of, I think I realized, I was like, what the fuck am I gonna do with my life? And where am I heading and who am I had like a little existential crisis, to be honest. I was like, what is going on with me? And obviously I decided to chill out for 6 months, and I was just, I'm gonna prioritize me and like friendships. I already had done therapy already, but I decided to join another therapy, so I did like 2 therapists at the same time. Now I'm on one therapist that I see once every 2 months. So that's how you know I've reached a really good point. Now the therapist is just there to catch up, and if anything happens, talk through it. But no, I generally don't have anything to talk about in therapy anymore. So that's a really good point that we've gotten. And I decided to just focus on reading and journaling. I bought a really pretty journal, and I journaled every day. I finished that journal, then I bought another one, and I journaled every day, sometimes twice, 3 times a day. I went back into running, so I run every day out of literally pure enjoyment. I go to sleep literally dreaming about my run the next morning. I'm not kidding. I love running. It's been my new obsession. I have the best songs, literally serotonin boost. I love the serotonin boost that I get every fucking morning because of my runs. If it wasn't for running, my life would no. Running, I think, is my key to happiness. Running. Anyways, back to the point. I focused on that. Then I focused on traveling because I'd always wanted. The reason why I went, and it's really funny because a lot of people in Miami ask me, like, why did you go to England? Like, why did you go abroad? What was the point? And I was like, well, 1, because I don't know if the US is for me. 2, I want to see the world. Hello? Like, I don't have infinite time on this earth. I want to see everything. So I was like, dude, if I'm in London, I can go anywhere. And also, I didn't go, and I think, honestly, my parents kind of are to blame for this, but it's not like a bad fuck you blame. It's kind of like, low-key glad you did it because it pushed me to do that when I was older. I didn't go back to Spain for like 4 years because we only did trips around the States and Mexico sometimes, but we never really traveled. I guess we traveled once to London and Paris for like 1 week, and that was it. But I didn't go back to the Canary Islands for like 4 years. I saw that most of my friends that were from Spain and Miami were super Spanish because they constantly went back home to Spain for the entire summer. And I felt like I was being left behind in my own culture, which I didn't appreciate and I didn't like. But it's not to blame for my parents, because the way that they explained it to me is that they did live most of their lives in Spain and I didn't. They met in college, they did college there, they worked there, they moved out in like their 40s. So for 40 years they lived in the Canary Islands. They were super Spanish. They have the slang, they have the culture, they've seen everything. They lived in an island in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean for 40 years. Why the fuck would you want to go back to that island when you have now an entire freaking new continent to see? So I don't blame them for that. But I think it really pushed me to be like, it's my turn now. Like, it's my life. It's my turn to see the world. They've already seen it. They had done so many trips around Europe. They've done so many trips everywhere. So I was like, it's my turn now. So I decided I'm young. I can do this now. Who knows what's going to happen? I watched a show the other day called One Day, and I'm sure some people know about the show, but it's so sad, and it made me realize how short life is and to just take chances. And it just got me so sad. There's so many times that I was like, why are they not together yet? Like, it's been 20 years of them liking each other and they're not together. And then, like, at some point, I don't want to do spoilers, but at some point I was like, what was the point of that? What was the point of that? Anyways, so I realized life is too short. Fuck it, free ball. Anyways, that's how I do life now. Fuck it, free ball. Let's just do it. And yeah, I don't know. And that's what got me to be like, I have to go abroad. I have to see the world. I have to do this. I have to do that. Like, why am I not out there? Why do I have to stay behind? Why do I have to stay behind with the same people, same mindset? Why do I have to stay behind in a country that probably is just not for me long term? And why do I have to stay behind and be in the same place when I'm so young and I should be seeing the world? I'm getting too inspirational up in here. I don't know. I don't know what's happening to me. But anyways, so I don't even know why that rant started happening, but it started happening and it ended. And that's where I'm at right now. Anyways, and another reason why I wanted to go into happiness today is because I have got, like, London's getting out of winter. We're officially in 2 digits. Okay, 2 digits and the temperature. So I'm calling it spring. And nobody can say no to that. I'm calling it spring, okay? We are finishing February soon, okay? It's going to be March. It's spring. Nobody can say no to that. Anyways, so I think I have officially survived winter depression. In fact, I did not get it this year. And I'm so proud of myself. I'm so proud of myself. So not only did I, like, if we think about this, 6 months ago, I literally thought, holy fuck, I'm going to go into another winter depression. I don't know what's going on in my life. I don't know where I'm going to live in my life. I don't know. I just lost a really important person in my life. I just realized that I got abused. What the fuck do I do now? 6 months later, I can officially say I've never been this happy. And it's really funny because yesterday I was at a uni event for Valentine's and my friend Larissa was like, I want a boyfriend, I was like, bitch, don't say that. Don't say that. Because honestly, I've never been more happy than right now. I have never been more excited for Valentine's Day than today. And this is the year that I don't have a boyfriend. And I'm so excited. Because I made so many good plans with my friends. We're going to be dressing up. We're going to getting drinks. I bought little cocktail glasses with hearts in it, and we're going to be having sushi night. I am so excited. I literally woke up this morning. I was like, I'm so excited. I bought roses for my friends, and they're all getting it today. And Regina told me that she got me a rose. So I'm getting flowers for my friend, and I got flowers for my friends. I am so excited. What? I've never been more happy than without a boyfriend. Anyways, back to the point. So we've officially survived winter depression. And if anybody's going through a rough time, if anybody's going through like a breakup, friendship breakup, romantic breakup, any big life-changing event to the point that you literally cannot see light out of the tunnel, I can promise you, it takes time. Honestly, if you would have talked to 2 months ago, Lucia, I could not even tell you that this would be possible, but it is possible. And I genuinely thought, for so long I dreaded this day. I was like, there's no way. And it's not because of Valentine's, just because it's like straight 6 months from like when the day that my life really changed. And I dreaded it for so long. I was like, I'm probably gonna be so sad that it's like 6 months from that day. And honestly, no, I'm good. I'm so happy. I'm so excited. I'm literally so excited. I'm smiling from ear to ear. I'm listening to really good music. I had a dance party. I read my book this morning. I journaled this morning. I went to Flying Tiger to buy decorations for tonight. I am so excited. So excited. So you can make it. I can promise you that. Anyways, so yes, I've had my fair share of bad friendships, bad relationships, and generally a bad relationship with myself. I can tell you exactly that a year ago, Lucia was not happy with herself. She did not like herself. She was not sure of herself. And the reason why I think I've reached a really good point of happiness is because, and I think the definition of happiness to me is basically this constant feeling of bliss. Feeling of I'm good. I'm fine. I got really hurt by a friend the other day. Back in Miami, she really, 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 really hurt me. And it hurt a lot. But the reason why it didn't really affect, quote unquote, my happiness is because I'm so secure with myself. I'm so sure that anybody should be really, what's the word? Like, I know that I'm a good person to have around. I know that I'm a very kind and loving person, and if anybody wants to do me wrong out of their own wanting to, then it's their problem and it's their loss, and it has nothing to do with me. The reason why they fucked me over like that, it has nothing to do with me, it has everything to do with themselves. And actually, I'm gonna read a quote. I was gonna read it later in the episode, but I think it's really relevant to what I'm saying now. My friend Agnes, a year ago today exactly, this week actually is when the emotional abuse started getting really, really bad. And I remember Agnes came over to my room back last year in my dorm, and she told me this amazing quote. And it's honestly, I texted her this morning. I was like, Agnes, I need the exact quote. because I think about the meaning of it a lot, but I don't think about the actual long quote because it's a really long quote. But I generally think it's a quote that everybody should hear because it's a really good way of going about in life. I don't know how to explain it, to really dissect your problems. So the quote is in Spanish, but I'll translate it to English right after. So it goes, el secreto no está en perseguir las mariposas, sino en crear un bonito jardín y que vengan a ti. Y si no vienen, al menos ya tienes un bonito jardín. Agnes. So basically it means like the secret is not to chase the butterflies, is to create a beautiful garden and let them come to you. If they don't come, then at least you have a beautiful garden. So if somebody didn't get it, the beautiful garden is you. If you make yourself beautiful, and by beautiful I don't mean like aesthetically, I mean like the insides of you beautiful. If you love yourself, if you prioritize yourself, if you respect yourself, if you know what you deserve, and you know that deep down you're a good person and you care for people and you want what's best for people, and you're always going to put on a smile on everybody's faces, and you're always going to care for the people around you, then butterflies are going to come to you. Good energy is going to come to you. Beautiful people are also going to come to you. Beautiful people attract beautiful people. And no, I don't mean aesthetically. I mean like inside beautiful people. And if they don't come to you, then at least you have a beautiful garden that's also really nice to be in and really beautiful to look at and enjoy from afar. And then when the time comes, the butterflies will come to you. But if you have a dead garden, moths are going to come in. Literally, moths are going to come in. And that's what happened last year. I didn't have a beautiful garden within myself. I constantly really thought negative of myself. I didn't think I was capable of doing something. I didn't think I was deserving of more, and I was deserving of, honestly, happiness. And I think that's why I attracted so many quote unquote moths, and that's why I attracted so many problems and issues in my life, and I let these people treat me so badly and make me think that that's what I deserved. Obviously, I'm not mad at myself for letting myself go through that, because I've gotten to a point that I didn't know any better. I didn't know that that's not the way that people are supposed to talk to you. I didn't know it was manipulation at the time. Obviously, I had to talk about it with my therapist and then like really figure out what it was. And I hadn't figured out that that was not the way that you're supposed to go about in life. I thought that was it, and I thought that was what life was, and I think that's why I got really, really negative, and I generally did not see a way out, and I didn't think life could be good if that ended, which is so sad. But honestly, I'm so glad I got out of that mindset, because, and the reason why it didn't, yes, it hurt me that my friend disrespected me. Well, I don't know where we are right now, but that person really disrespected me last week. Yes, it did. But then I thought about it and I was like, what good is gonna come? What good is gonna come out of keeping this person in my life? Nothing. Because it's so easy for this type of person to hurt me. It's so easy for this type of person to leave me behind, because they're so insecure themselves and they look for whatever they can to get validation from other people, even if it means stepping on other people's shoes. And if that's the way that they want to treat their friends, then why do I want that in my life? Why do I want that person in my life? Why do I want that energy? Why do I want to be another possible person they step on? That doesn't sound very productive to my happiness. That doesn't sound like something I want long term. So, and it didn't hurt me because I also thought to myself, I was like, I am such a nice, loving, caring person. I care so much for my friends. I love my friends so much. I constantly check up on people. I would go to the ends of the earth to take care of my friends. Why wouldn't they want that? And that's their loss. Like, if it's genuinely, when people say like, oh, it's their loss. Like 6 months ago, people told me like, oh, it's their loss. And then I thought about it and I was like, no, is it really their loss? Like, and then now I'm like, no, it is. Like, it is. What do you mean? I'm so secure with myself and who I am as a person and what I give out into the world. And I know that I give out good, and that I'm not a bad person, that I'm not a mean person, that I constantly care for people, and that anybody in my life is so lucky in a way, because they'll know that they'll always have someone to count on, and that I'll be there split second. That's their loss. Really, it is. It is, because they decided to lie and manipulate, and they decided to hurt somebody that would never do that to them and never did that to them. Never, ever. I was talking to this person and I told them, I was like, do you realize that you lied to me 30 times and not once did I think of lying to you? Not once. Because why would I want to do that? Why would I want to hurt a person like that? What would be the end goal? What is the point of that? And I think the reason why I've reached quote unquote happiness is that it doesn't matter if somebody fucks me over. Doesn't matter if somebody hurts me. Doesn't matter if I don't get, I don't know, like what I said last episode. It doesn't matter if I don't get that internship. It doesn't matter if I don't get this and I don't get that. It doesn't matter if life doesn't go the way that I want it to be. I know that I'm capable of so much, and I know that I can reach so much if I really put my mind to something. And I think that's beautiful. I have built a beautiful garden, and I'm going to keep it beautiful, and I'm going to keep watering it, and I'm going to keep giving it sunlight, and I'm going to keep putting even more flowers in it. And when the butterflies come, the butterflies will come. Right now, I don't see any moths. I saw one moth, and I said bye. But right now, I just see butterflies. And they're really pretty, and they're colorful. And they're mostly blue. Because I actually realized that I wear a lot of blue without doing it on purpose. Like right now, I'm wearing all blue. Literally, my pants are also blue. Anyways, back to the point. So another topic that I really want to go on real quickly, which does tie into happiness, is the concept of like how you view yourself, which is kind of what I've been talking about. But I was never like this. I was never like this with myself. And I think, and this is why I'm like so vital, and I really want to make an episode about just friendships in general with my friends, just so they can also give you their insights about all of this. The people that you radiate yourself with is the person that you become. I am so dead serious. So serious. When I was little, and I've also overcome this now, I'm telling, this is all stories just for anecdotes, just to see that it is possible. But when I was little, not even little, like back in like high school and stuff, I was constantly told that I was quote unquote dumb. And when I was really little in elementary school, I was called stupid. And this is because I've always been a very hyper, joy, lots of energy type of person. Like it'll be 8 a.m. before class and I would be dancing with my headphones on and like laughing and being super obnoxious in the morning. And my friends found it funny. Sometimes they got annoyed, you know. Atme has been through all of that. She's a real one. But yeah, and for a little bit, I try to fight this stereotype that I was quote unquote dumb. Basically, I was called like a dumb blonde without being blonde. And I try to fight this stereotype through my grades. I always try so hard in my grades. I constantly would tell people, this is my GPA, this is my GPA. I did get really good grades in high school. I'm not gonna lie. I was, super academically on it. I was vice president of a lot of clubs. I even co-founded a club. Like, I was really into my shit because I really wanted to fight the stereotype. And I think when it came to college, I was really trying to show off to people, like, yeah, I'm not dumb. Look at all these places I got into, or look what I'm doing, look what I'm not doing. And I really try to fight this stereotype. And it wasn't even for myself. It was because I wanted to prove people a point. And at some point, when I chose the college that I chose, I was like, I'm not going to have... Like, I need to stop trying to prove people a point. I do. Because what came out of that? It came out so much stress, so much negativity with myself. Because if I didn't have a good grade on something, I would use that as like a personality trait. If I one time we were at a field trip and I thought about this quote a lot, and one of the people in the line were like, oh look, it's all the smart people and Lucia. And they have apologized for saying this, the person that said it, but it deeply hurt me at the time. And it hurt for like a year, 2 years. I was in college and I was still thinking about that quote. And I realized that again, you have to realize that sometimes it's people projecting their own insecurities. It's people projecting their own problems and their own issues. And you have to understand that does not mean that I was actually stupid or that I was actually dumb. It just happens that I'm a really hyper person and I get excited real quick. And sometimes I give dumb blonde energy, but fuck it, fuck it. Yeah, English is not my strongest suit, but it's fine. because I can perfectly communicate in English. I can perfectly write in English. Do I type fast on my phone and I misspell a lot? Yes, I do. Most of the time, if I'm texting you, I'm misspelling half the words, and that's okay, and that's fine, and I'm okay with that. I've learned to accept it because I do know how to write words and how to be grammatically correct. I just misspell a lot, and that's fine, and I'm okay with that. And if anything, we'll have a laugh about it. But if you decide to believe what other people are telling you, then you're gonna give that stereotype to yourself, and then you're just not, like, that's just not the way to go about in life. You put yourself in this tiny little box and you don't let yourself get out of that little box. But at the end of the day, you're not what people tell you you are. I am not stupid. I am not dumb. I'm a very smart, well-rounded young woman. And I know a lot, and I worked really hard in high school. I got really good grades. I got my shit together. I try my hardest in college. I've accomplished so much. I'm a very working, passionate person about what I do. I'm a very creative person. I love photography. I love videography. I've always been into that. That's why I did YouTube back in the day. And that's why I loved editing videos. And that's why I love doing projects like this. And this is why I'm enjoying doing things like this. And I put so much work into my studies, and my friends sometimes in school make fun of me for being a tryhard in uni, but you know what, like, give me a break. I'm not really, and if I am, like, what's wrong? Like, let me live my life. I generally enjoy it, and it doesn't hurt you. Like, what is this? And I'm okay with that because I radiate so much warmth and joy and optimism, and if people have a problem with that, then it's their problem. It's their problem. It's because they want to radiate that joy and optimism. And they're choosing to put themselves in a box instead of being open-minded and being like, what if this isn't all bad, you know? She's not dumb. She's not stupid. She just misspells a lot. And that's okay. I'm okay with that. What do you mean? My English teacher, my A-level English teacher, I did a paper in Persuasion by Jane Austen, and she looked at me and she goes like, I can tell you're Spanish by just reading this. And I was like, okay, thanks, Miss Crespo. What about it? I am. Is there a problem with that? It is my second language, but I also cannot grammatically spell in my first language, so I can't even use that argument. And you know, I was just like, I am Spanish. What else? But yeah, no, I promise she was a really... I keep shading my teachers, like my A-level Marine teacher. I shaded her in another episode. But like, I generally love these teachers. They were generally so nice to me. It was just like some comments that I was just like, and what about it? And what about it? That's what I thought. Anyways. Yeah, I think I've covered all my points. And I just wanted to end the episode, because we are at 30 minutes. I just wanted to end the episode with saying that you see everything black and white right now does not mean that it's not going to get colorful in the coming months. I took 6 months, actually 5 months. I took 5 months to get here, and that's completely fine. And honestly, if it took longer than that, that would have also been completely fine. I made the mistake of putting a timeline of like, when am I finally going to be okay with myself? When am I finally going to be happy? When am I finally going to like be smiling every single day of my life? Obviously, I'm not going to be smiling every single day of my life. I've had like one day last week that I was like, what is going on? I don't like this. But obviously, like, looking at the positives, like, I read a good chapter today. I watched Gossip Girl. What do you mean? I had really good hour and a half. But yeah, I think happiness is reached when you know that if anything bad happens to you, that you'll always come out on the other side smiling. I think that's when I realized that I was happy, when my friend hurt me and I was like, it's okay, it happens, YOLO. I'm good. Everything's gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine. We'll deal with this, but we're good. We're good. But yeah, that is today's episode. I hope you enjoyed. I tend to rant a lot, but that's okay. You know what? I do want to make an episode in Spanish. So let me know if that would be enjoyable, because a lot of people don't know Spanish. I think I would put subtitles in the English, on the YouTube video. So if you're watching it on visual, you can read it in English, but then like the people who listen to it on audio, which is actually most of the people, will not understand if you don't know Spanish. So maybe it'll be like an extra episode of the week that's just in Spanish, just for my Spanish speakers, because it'll be really fun and exciting for me to speak for 30 minutes just in Spanish. As a person from Miami, I don't think that is possible, but it is a challenge that I'm willing to accept, and it's a challenge that I'm very excited to do. So yeah, thanks. I hope you have an amazing week. Have an amazing Valentine's Day. Well, it already happened. I hope you had an amazing Valentine's Day, because I'm gonna have an amazing Valentine's Day. I'm gonna go on to a meeting now, but yeah, thank you for listening. Peace out.